Pop star Taylor Swift touchdown in London. Pictures taken at London's Stansted Airport show Taylor being helped off the plane by Andrew and escorted by a three-car security convoy, which included a large amount of luggage being packed into the trunk. Taylor Swift's private jet appears to have made a quick trip to London, landing late on Wednesday night UK time. Sources exclusively tell TV's 87 that Taylor Swift's team were taken to Television Centre in West London this morning. The pop star is due to film The Graham Norton Show, and there are now just hours left before the show officially finishes pre-recording. So be sure to subscribe to TV's 87 so you don't miss out on exclusive on-set and behind-the-scenes footage of Taylor. Earlier, Taylor's dress showed off her legs thanks to a thigh-high slit, while the star wore her blonde hair in soft curls and wore her signature cat eye and red lipstick as she stepped out of the car with her manager Tree Paine and Andrew. Fiancé Travis Kelce did not accompany her on her return to London. Last year, 3 sold-out London shows were followed by one late night out as Taylor Swift partied into the early hours with boyfriend Travis Kelce and a group of celebrity friends on June 24, 2024. Despite performing in front of 88,000 fans for more than 3.5 hours at Wembley Stadium, the pop star still had energy to spare while letting her hair down at Marylebone venue Chiltern Firehouse. Swift caught the eye in a colorful crocheted mini dress while leaving the bar restaurant hand-in-hand with Kelce on Monday morning. The singer rounded off her look with a pair of yellow block heels, while accessories were kept to a minimum as she celebrated a successful run of shows in the English capital. Shepherding his girlfriend towards a waiting car, Kelce claimed his own share of the spotlight in a lemon yellow cord and trainers, a look he teamed with a stylish Louis Vuitton bucket hat. The Kansas City Chiefs player waited alongside their chauffeur-driven car as she climbed into the back seats before following her into the rear. They were joined by close friend Sophie Turner, who left separately with new boyfriend Peregrine Pearson after joining Swift for her farewell party. Other guests included Ellie Goulding, with the pop star hurrying out of the venue in a smart black trouser suit. Taylor Swift fans are celebrating after NFL star C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who publicly mocked the singer following this year's Super Bowl, was cut by the Houston Texans. The outspoken 27-year-old safety, who joined the Texans this offseason after winning the Super Bowl with the Eagles in February, was released by the team on Tuesday. Gardner-Johnson made headlines earlier this year when he appeared at the Eagles' victory parade wearing a sweatshirt that read, "Swifties can licks my balls," a pointed message aimed at Swift's fanbase and her boyfriend Travis Kelce's Super Bowl loss. Just days earlier, he had also shared an Instagram story mocking Kelce and referencing his ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole, a post many Swift fans viewed as body-shaming the pop superstar. Now with Gardner-Johnson's NFL future uncertain, Swift's loyal followers are celebrating the news across social media. "Karma is a beautiful thing," one Swiftie wrote on X, referencing the singer's hit song. Another user shared a photo of the player wearing the offensive sweatshirt earlier this year, adding, "Life comes at you fast." Speaking after his release, Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans said the defense had suffered from poor communication. "When you see a big play that happens on our defense, somewhere along the lines, there's a bust in communication," Ryan said. "It all starts with communication, and it hasn't been as crisp as it needs to be. We see that. We have to make some adjustments there to make sure we get it corrected." According to KPRC2's Aaron Wilson, Gardner-Johnson had been a disruptive voice behind the scenes, criticizing teammates in the secondary, questioning the size of one teammate's contract, and expressing frustration with his own role. These complaints, combined with underwhelming on-field performance, ultimately led the Texans to release him less than 6 months after acquiring him. Gardner-Johnson previously played alongside Jason Kelce, Travis Kelce's brother, during his time in Philadelphia. Swift, who recently got engaged to Kelce, has not publicly responded to the controversy. Back to the main topic of today's podcast, Travis Kelce and Jason have just dropped a new episode of New Heights. They're bringing Hollywood star Leonardo DiCaprio on board for the first time. In the past, there have been both good and bad things about Leo's relationship with Travis and Taylor, but over time, things have improved significantly as they get to know each other better. I'm Tavies87, here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio and his One Battle After Another co-star Benicio del Toro became the latest Hollywood stars to chat with Jason and Travis Kelce on an episode of New Heights this week. First podcast, DiCaprio told the two film-loving brothers who couldn't contain their excitement. If DiCaprio said this was his first time interviewing on a podcast, he wouldn't be lying. He joined Brad Pitt on Marc Maron's WTF podcast in 2020 to discuss the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, for example. Regardless, DiCaprio and Del Toro are among a growing number of big-name stars to appear on an episode of New Heights. Before that, Taylor Swift's appearance on New Heights set a podcast record with 500 million video views. Travis' fiancé was the brightest star among a host of A-listers, including Shaquille O'Neal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Will Ferrell. As a result, Jason's ever-improving introduction skills have impressed his new friends. Oh Baby, our guests today have between them 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Academy Awards. Their films have grossed almost $14 billion at the box office. Elder brother Jason began in the episode that will drop Wednesday. DiCaprio responded by saying, "That's an intro." "That was an intro," Del Toro agreed. "That was like the WWF," DiCaprio added, using the WWE's former initials. Del Toro dubbed the intro a Hall of Famer. Not much of the interview is revealed in the teaser clip. At one point, DiCaprio removed half of his headphones to allow him to hear Del Toro sat next to him. "So I'm going to keep this open so I can hear you," DiCaprio told Del Toro. Travis responded with some encouragement. "Guys are pros already." Travis and DiCaprio may not be strangers. In July 2024, Travis Kelce was spotted in the same club as Leonardo DiCaprio and Tristan Thompson before he jetted off to Ireland to surprise Taylor Swift during her Eras tour. The trio trickled in and out of the Bird Streets Club in West Hollywood, California, a known celebrity hotspot, on Friday night. Sources told the gossip blog that Kelce, Thompson, and DiCaprio were all commingling inside before gradually leaving the venue around 1:30 a.m. The former Cleveland Cavaliers star was first to leave the club. While the 3-time Super Bowl winner attempted to hide from photographers, one captured him ducking down the back seat of an SUV as his security drove away. Although not much of Kelce was seen, the tight end appeared to be wearing a matching shirt and pants set. The Wolf of Wall Street star was the last to exit, as Page Six reports he was hanging out with family. DiCaprio left with his stepsister and one of her friends, according to the site. DiCaprio is reportedly a regular at the Bird Streets Club. Oh, and as you may not know, DiCaprio has a new movie coming out this week, and he's using New Heights as a springboard to boost the hype for the movie. Well, is he using Travis and Jason? You've probably noticed that GMA used to be the go-to place for Taylor Swift to announce her new album, but that seems to have changed since her New Heights debut last month. Now, New Heights is becoming a sort of shrine to celebrities where they're publicizing their new projects. Travis and Jason did it with Taylor's help. A little more on DiCaprio's new movie. He is back on the big screen this week in one of the year's most hyped films, One Battle After Another. The epic action thriller, which will arrive in UK cinemas and IMAX on Friday, September 26th, marks DiCaprio's first role since 2023's Killers of the Flower Moon. It sees him team up with director and writer Paul Thomas Anderson, who previously helmed acclaimed dramas such as There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, and Phantom Thread. Anderson's sprawling new film runs for almost 3 hours, so is it worth your time and money? Here's what Yahoo and other critics made of One Battle After Another. Yet one battle after another centers around DiCaprio's character Bob Ferguson, a paranoid middle-aged stoner who was once a political activist in a revolutionary group. He lives off-grid with his teenage daughter, Willa, played by newcomer Chase Infinity, but is forced to grapple with his past when his nemesis, Sean Penn, resurfaces. The story is loosely based on Thomas Pynchon's 1990 novel Vineland, but the fans do not need to have read the book to understand the film. Anderson's adaptation shifts the time period from the Ronald Reagan era to the present day and tackles big themes such as revolution, fatherhood, immigration, police violence, and white supremacy. DiCaprio's thrilling performance is arguably the best of his glittering career so far, making him an early frontrunner for next year's Oscars. One battle after another has received near-universal praise from other critics, including Yahoo Entertainment's Brett Arnold, who called it astonishingly entertaining. He said the thriller was an instant Oscar frontrunner and highlighted career-best performances from stars including DiCaprio and Penn. The Telegraph's critic Robbie Collin compared DiCaprio's performance to Jack Nicholson at his peak and said the film is so electrifying that cinemagoers will want to rewatch it. The ending will leave fans disembarking shaky and elated, Collin added, and ready to stagger right back into the queue. He also tipped DiCaprio and Penn for Oscar nominations. The Independent's Clarice Lowry called the film a masterpiece, pointing to its scale and swaggering sense of power. The Standard's Nick Howells said it was coolest, most consummately masterful movie you're likely to see all year, and praised the exquisite score from Radiohead musician Jonny Greenwood. The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw also gave the film a 5-star review, saying, "One battle after another is at once serious and unserious, exciting and baffling, a tonal fusion sending that crazy fizz across the VistaVision screen, an acquired taste, yes, but addictive."